Gentlemen, we've got a fine show for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the top of the autocue there. You aren't going to believe.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
Turn around to your right. I don't want to go into the sun, but I just want to...
What is up, guys and girls? Aloha Friday to you all. Yes, can you believe it? It's here again. That end of the week is upon us. We're here, you're there, we're tuned in. It's another Friday Night Live. Yes, with me, your friendly kook, weirdo, whack job, and all of my other pronouns. Here to entertain you for the foreseeable future. Give you a little bit of a rundown of the madness that is, supply you with the best in the weekly news, and possibly bring you a few other classic segments that you know and love from the legendary Friday Night Live show. So, as always, it'd be rude not to say, how are you all? It's awesome to see you all in the live chats. It's great to see the familiar faces, and also it's just exploded. I was just sat here sorting out some final little bits. The live chat's just blowing up, so I'm loving that, guys and girls. I appreciate you taking the times out of your Fridays to join us here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. I will do my very best to keep an eye on the live feed as it's going, and if there's any particular questions, awesomeness, or whatever else, I will try my very best to keep an eye out and read anything out. However, as I always do, after the show, I will go back over the live chats, and hey, who knows, if there's something awesome that I missed, I might just bring it up in another live show. However, regardless, if you're here right now, this second, watching this live, great. But if you're one of the unlucky ones, maybe you were just unfortunate enough to have not already finished work, maybe you're still in that daily grind, whether you're watching now or after the fact, we appreciate you, we love you, we like you taking the time out to support the channel and tune in to see what madness that is. So, saying that, let's get into tonight's show. I hope you are sat with a beverage with everything going on. I still haven't actually poured one, so let's see if we can pour a hot beverage next to some electronic equipment and not make a complete shambles of it. We done well. So, I salute you all. Whether you're here now or after the fact, happy Friday night to you all. So, this week, what a week it has been. And I don't know if any of you truly eagle-eyed viewers have noticed anything on the Grom's channel. Let's just say, I am the guy that runs the show, and not even I hadn't even noticed what was going on. And it kind of blew my mind last night. There was a vlog that I put out this week. I believe it's called What Is My Exit? And that was just basically around the thought of what is my exit strategy to get out of my workplace and pursue my passion, or maybe even just find a job that gives me a little bit of satisfaction and makes me feel like I'm changing something in the world and having some sort of impact. The bizarre thing, within 48 hours of that video going live, it had over 200 views. Now, for some people out there, they'd be like, 200 views, what's that all about? Seriously, for me, I was like, what happened there then? What did I do different in that video, that thumbnail, that title? Seriously, couldn't believe it. And also, for some mad reason, a load of people subbed to the channel as well. Who bloomin' knew? So, if you are one of the new people and you were subscribed and you were tuned in to this Friday Night Live, welcome. And obviously, if you're a long-time viewer and you haven't yet smashed the little notification bell and then pushed the little icon for all, please do so, because more things will come apparent as the show goes on that you might just want to stay tuned for. So, yes, it has been a kind of a crazy week in the sense of, seriously, was not expecting, in my mind, that's like a video going viral. 200 views off one video in like less than 48 hours? What? Absolute bedlam. I was like a little bit chuffed. Might even sit back and relax a little bit on a few more thumbnails from now on out. Who knows? Might even just try to figure out the madness that is the algorithm and see if we can get another video to do the same thing in the coming weeks. Who knows? All I will say though is the weekend may hold the key. But yeah, in the great words of the wonderful philosopher Socrates, I know one thing, and that is I know nothing. Yes, that is facts, ladies and gentlemen. So let's have a little quick peek into the wonderful world of the live chat. If you are watching this after the fact, I do believe you should be able to, depending on the device that is, be able to click on the comments below this video, swipe left, and you will be able to see what is going on in the live chat, even though you're not quite there. So, again, it's awesome to see such familiar faces. It's great to have a legendary Chris Avery on the show this evening. Good evening to you, sir. Dave Usan, Pippa. Good evening to you, Pippa. I hope Friday is treating you very well. Rich Slade, dude, I'll see you in less than 12 hours, my friend. Obviously, the wonderful Cockney Buddha. Who else? Who else has dropped in? The wonderful Bob Marsh. Pleasantly surprised to have you here, sir. You are one of the many usual suspects, and it's lovely to have you here. There is the one person that I've been waiting to see the name of. I sent him a voice message yesterday evening singing, "It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming. The coffee guy is coming home." And no sooner, maybe 2 hours later, I received a voice message back confirming the fact that he had landed in a wonderful airport in Luton and was back from his travels. So, Chris, it's awesome to have you here, dude. And I think it's about time we play the song. Most definitely. Dude, cannot wait to have you back. It's been hard, man. It's been a hard 2 weeks. I know you've been out there living your best life in like all-inclusive, paid, blooming heat, sun, pool, living it. But where else would you rather be other than a business park in town? Let's just say. And I suffered, man. I struggled on through like a little soldier and made it. So yeah, dude, absolutely looking forward to seeing you. And the awesome Tom. Tom, awesome to have you here this evening, my friend. Thank you for joining in. So yeah, I tell you one thing, the last week comment section was just gnarly, and it was so gnarly that it was the first time in Friday Night Live history, and I don't know if it had something to do with the fact that I had the Ask Me a Question section in there or something, but after the show I went back to look through the comments and I could only get back to the comments that were roughly around the news, because there was just so many comments and I've never had that before. So keep it up, guys and girls. That's awesome. That like blows my little pickle. And on that note, as we're talking about it, why not just get into it? Shall we go to our newsroom for the wonderful moment that is? I'm pretty much sure it's about that time. Look at us being super professional and everything. Don't hold your breath on that one. It's Friday Night Live, and yes, it is the Friday Night Live news, and we're going for it, guys and girls. We're going to see if we can hit this little bad boy on the hour mark, so keep your beady little eyes on the clock there, and let's see if we can be fully professional this week. Anything is possible, especially in what's happened this week in the news. Anyway, so let's start off with a good one. We like to give you a good rescue dog situation, or like we've had swimming cats, we've had all sorts of things, rats that were cleaning up toolboxes. This week we've gone the opposite end of the spectrum, but I'll leave this up to you to decide whether you think he's, I don't know, a villain or a hero. Who knows? Anyway, yes, family shocked after dog turns on stove and burns down their house. This is the moment a dog ignored all fire safety precautions and turned on a stove, setting fire to his owner's home as they slept. Footage shows the dog nocturnally turning on the knob to light before flames spread across the hob on June 26th. Soon enough, the kitchen cabinets were seen ablaze as the smoke alarms go off in the background. Colorado Springs Fire Department released the footage after they were called to the home by a HomePod device, which sent them a high heat notice. Pretty epic. No other injuries, including the dog, were reported, but the family have been forced to move out of their home due to the damage caused. The dog's role in causing the fire was only discovered as investigators looked back at the home surveillance videos to find the cause. Now, as you know, we like to wear the tin hat in a lot of these situations, and I'm just thinking, from my perspective, did this dog cause an issue, or did he just hook up the house? Because I'm saying maybe the dog didn't like it there. And the other two little questions that come to this are, one, how the hell did the flames spread from like the stove to the cabinets and engulf the house in the time that some Wi-Fi signal was sent to the local fire department? And then second to that, who has a surveillance camera in their kitchen? Just saying, but let's just say you only get the very best news here on the Friday Night Live, guys and girls. So we are all fans of ice cream on the beach. Now, if you are an avid, eagle-eyed viewer of social media, you may have already seen this story. However, I was shocked. It is awesome and it's kind of sad at the same time, but nevertheless, it's possibly one of those things that, who knows, you might only ever see it once in your life. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, an ice cream van got swept into the sea this week in Cornwall. An ice cream van was washed out to sea by an incoming tide at a popular beach in Cornwall. Videos taken by onlookers and posted to social media showed the vehicle being tossed around in the waves. Seriously, fully getting pitted, dude. Images were also shown as beachgoers attempted to rescue the Kelly whipped ice cream van from the water. If you check out some of the videos online, they had like a tow rope on it and there was about 8 or 9 people just trying to save this van. But as you can see by that picture and many others, yeah, it didn't make it. It is believed no one was hurt in the incident in Harlyn Bay near Padstow. I've seen, there's video clips and all sorts, man. Who wants a wet ice cream? I know having ice cream at the beach is on the top of most lists, but to see an ice cream van try to basically take its first surfing lesson, a little bit unsure about that one. Gladly, nobody was injured. So, talking about sights that you may only see once in a blue moon, or in this case, once in a lifetime, ladies and gentlemen. Cosmic explosion will be visible to the naked eye in a once-in-a-lifetime stargazing event, I'll have you know. And, as I say, by the naked eye, so no need for telescopes. However, the event known as a nova will be so bright that a new star will seem to appear in the night sky and temporarily visible to the naked eye. A rare cosmic eruption is expected to occur in the Milky Way in the coming months. An outburst so bright that a new star will seemingly appear for a short time in the night sky. The event known as a nova will be a once-in-a-lifetime sky-watching opportunity for those in the northern hemisphere, according to NASA. Because the types of star system in which such explosions occur are not common in our galaxy, astronauts predict that the nova explosion could happen anywhere between now and September. That's a big window. The last time this particular star system erupted was in 1946. The other eruption will not likely occur until another 80 years or so. So if it happens, I think like the window on this is absolutely gnarly. It's basically, and this kind of made me chuckle, Corona Borealis is what you're looking for. So Corona Borealis is what you're checking on. And there's a window, it's big. If you're one of the lucky ones, it will be a lifetime achievement, I'm saying. We missed it by a minute, but yes, guys and girls, that was the Friday Night Live news. And yeah, please don't have nightmares, do sleep tight. Well, we so very nearly had it. We were a minute late, but even some of the best national radio stations, I will have you know, I have noticed run their news over the time, and sometimes they're even late to the show. Poor attendance, if you ask me, because no, we are not run by the talking clock or any other sort of clocks. We are run by the Grom clock. So if it happens, and it happens without fault, we're doing well, guys and girls. But yeah, talk about a week for news. It was an absolute insane week. Let's just say sieved through a lot of gnarly stuff to try to find you something with a little bit of a difference. Again, I don't know how much you guys and girls press your ear to the gramophone that is the news or the mainstream media outlets, but let's just say it seems like it's all going on. From the NATO conference, which many will probably have heard the audio clips numerous amounts of times, where the wonderful President of the United States, Mr. Biden, seemed to make a few mistakes after basically announcing that he was full of, you know, cognitive capability and awesomeness that he is, and then went on to announce his vice president as Trump, and then introduce the heroic president of the Ukraine as Mr. Putin. So yeah, not a good look for him this week. Then on top of that, I see an article that was saying I think British prisons are 981 spaces or something stupid away from full capacity. So the latest government that have been brought into the situation are basically doing some sort of scheme to try to release prisoners a little bit early. So people that have done like 40% instead of 50% of their sentence will be left free. On top of that, though, a lot of the systems that are in place to then bring these people back into societies are kind of failing. And so then therefore it's actually more of a case that they're being let go early, but they're just getting back into prison sooner, which seems to be not really a great answer to an ever rising problem. Now, you know, we like to focus on how to solve these world problems. The big question that the Grom asks is, why not just build some more prisons? You know, bearing in mind that we've spent a little bit of money on certain schemes and other, let's say, accommodation solutions like boats for people, why not just build some boat prisons? Just an idea. And if you see that pop up in the next 6 to 8 months, then please credit the Grom for that amazing, groundbreaking idea. On top of that, though, guys and girls, there's been some gnarly news, man. There was a situation where some bags, some travel bags have been found on a bridge in Bristol, and there was some human remains in there, so there's a suspect on the run. And then apart from that, if you've had your eyes on the social media, I think I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago that there was like shark sightings off of Bournemouth coast, which happens from time to time. There was, if you're an avid watcher of Ben Gravy vlogs, like an 8 or 10 foot thresher shark, basically hooked into by a fisherman the other side of where Gravy surfs El Slammo. Then over the 4th of July celebrations, there was a few shark attacks, one off the Texas coast, and I know there was maybe a few, 2 or 3 people injured in Florida. And then just to top that all off, there was like a load of sharks videoed in a clip by a lady that was staying at a hotel resort in Waikiki. So just seems like they're maybe just letting us know that sharks are still good, we're okay, and we just want to let you know that we're in here, and by the way, we live in the water and you live on the land, just a reminder. But yeah, definitely talk about a strain to dig through the news and find some awesome bits. However, we have a little segment this week that will bring you a little bit of both, a little bit of medicine and a little bit of sugar, but you'll have to wait for that, because I know which segment you want to see. But first off, it's one that I love doing the most. And let's see if we could do this like fully seamlessly, fully beautifully, and see what happens, right? Channel of the week.
Nice.
So, fingers crossed, if all has gone to plan, I am now a silly little head shrunk down in the corner of the screen. If not, I can't see, so no drama. Anyway, getting to the point. This guy, and I want to say his name is Jesse Wells. I hope I'm not pronouncing his surname incorrectly. If I am, all apologies, my friend. However, if you are unfamiliar with this gentleman, I came across him on Instagram maybe a month, maybe, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks ago. Regardless of that, every time this guy puts an acoustic track up, I have to listen to it from beginning to end, and it is absolutely remarkable. Some people have compared him to other famous musicians, and me personally, yeah, there's a lot of influences there, but this guy is something. And I was unaware that he had a YouTube channel until this evening. I was going to be completely different and bring you an Instagram account of the week instead of a channel of the week. However, through the wonders of Linktree, I discovered that this gentleman has a YouTube page. And I am not going to lie, this guy's a god. So check this out, guys and girls. 34 videos, right? 999.9 thousand subscribers. So yeah, there's videos of this guy. Like, I've seen some more where he's actually playing gigs, but I would highly recommend, if this guy is bringing you deep, heavy thoughts with a kind of tongue-in-cheek undertone, but quite a harsh knock to reality sometimes. There is some heavy ones. The track that was released 7 hours ago, or at least the clip that was, which is here, which is called Mr. Joe, and that's pretty epic. But I would highly recommend you go and check out his Instagram page, go hit him up, give him a follow, check out his YouTube channel, and just give it a listen. If you're into, and this guy, I tell you what, is a man of many talents. He plays quite a smooth acoustic, very country vibes, but also plays pretty awesome accompanying harmonica, and he does that just awesome little like country whistle through your teeth, just a little touch. That's all I'm saying. So I would highly recommend. I would play some of his songs, but again, I don't want issues with YouTube, and I don't want anything getting funny with the live, because I want to continue to be able to bring you live shows. But if you do anything this weekend, have a little tune into this channel. My suggestions or recommendations are most definitely Apocalypse Love is amazing. Mr. Joe is very current, but there's also a few down the bottom. Whistle Blowing, Independence Day, In It to Win. The list just goes on. The Poor is quite amazing as well. So again, if you don't know this guy, check him out. If you do follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that I've shared his story in my daily stories, or one of his videos in my daily stories. So again, you can click on that link. I want to say all of my social media links are actually in the description below, along with my email and everything else. So if you want to get in contact with the show, maybe you are a channel that wants to be featured on Channel of the Week. Who blooming well knows? All I know is that this week's Channel of the Week is Jesse Wells, and I highly recommend you go and check him out. Talk about pro. So I hope that worked. I hope I'll have a little look in the live chats and you weren't all saying, sorry, we couldn't see you. Been Tenerife for 2 weeks. Yeah, he has. Evening, lads. Good evening, Tom. Dan. Dan's a little bit shocked what he's come into. Good evening, Dan. I hope the working day is over for you, my friend. So I hope that was kind of a little bit smooth. Check me out, going from Channel of the Week segment to a little Friday night intro, and then back to this. And the crowd cheer wasn't just ripping on through all the way. Tell you what, how mad is that? Do you reckon the Grom's getting a little bit too professional for this Friday night lark? So, wave, you might sell yourself on the vlog. Ooh. So, saying about wave, and you might see yourself on the vlog. Who see the episode from last Saturday's show, or vlog, should we say, after the Friday Night Live, when Andrea and I decided to go, check this out, and have dinner together. I know it doesn't happen often. We did do it. We do this like couple thing once in a blue moon where we like, you know, we actually do coupley things. And then went to the theatre. And let's just say, if you haven't seen that vlog yet, I would highly recommend that. I tried to do my very best to give you a little taste of just how awesome the evening was. The interesting thing was the amount of individuals that hit me up after that vlog saying that they also have seen the London Film Music Orchestra. A few individuals commented under that video, and a lot of people hit me up on social media just saying that yes, they have been honoured enough to be able to get to see that, let's just say, orchestra in many locations up and down the UK. And I just wanted to take a moment really to almost do a bit of an unofficial official sponsor of the week, because we haven't done one for a little while. But this week is just, again, a recommendation. If you are within the UK, and I do know that they are actually doing some European spots. I think they've just done Norway, I believe, a little while ago, and some other places. So that there's European tour dates, and there's like some real random spots in the globe. If you are in one of those lucky spots, go and check out their main website, their .com, which is the London Music Film Orchestra. Go check them out, see if there's any dates close to your town or your neck of the woods, because let's just say I am not a massive theatre goer. I wouldn't say I'm a huge classical fan. I am a sucker for a good orchestra, and who doesn't like or appreciate a classic soundtrack from a movie, whether it's one of their favourite or just one of those really iconic tracks that, regardless of if you've seen the movie or not, you know the piece of music. And I was fortunate enough, alongside Andrea, to go and witness their show last Saturday, I believe, if my brain serves me correct. And I just cannot stress to you how awesome they were. Talk about emotional. And it sounds kind of silly, really, but it's just one of those things. You're getting to hear all of the iconic soundtrack, or plenty of pieces of soundtrack, from Baz Luhrmann and John Williams, which are two probably the most iconic film soundtrack writers, composers of definitely my time, and responsible for E.T., pretty much most of the Steven Spielberg music. So E.T., Indiana Jones, just trying to think, Star Wars. They played some music from the Pirates of the Caribbean. There was music from Inception. There was music from, trying to think now, brain's gone blank. But one of the most absolutely memorable pieces of music that really did. I had to man up, didn't I? I had to choke it back. I had to give it the old, blink a little bit, hold back the glazed eyes, because there was a pretty iconic piece of music from the movie Schindler's List. And if you know the piece, you'll know how emotional it is, and the way in which it's used in the movie, and just the significance of that piece of music alongside the movie is absolutely remarkable in itself. But the lady that I believe is the orchestra, I want to say conductor and manager, I think she comes under the title of, is a violinist, and she was kind of head of stage, keeping time, doing the conducting part. But when the Schindler's List music played, they basically put the spotlight on her. She turned and done this violin kind of piece, and it was just absolutely mind-blowing. The Grom was emotional, let me just say that, guys and girls. So again, pre-warning, if you are one of the lucky ones that managed to get tickets, have one of the many venues that they're going to visit close to you and you go and see it, let's just say, be warned, because as much as it's really awesome to hear, like, am I right in saying March of the Empire, Star Wars music, and just awesome lighting and awesome just general effects, let's just say I'm very disappointed, because October the 1st this year, they are playing in St. Paul's Cathedral, which I've seen pictures of how they dress up the cathedrals, and it's basically where we went to see it in the Waterside Theatre in Aylesbury. They have a huge moon set above the stage, which changes colour as the different pieces of music plays. And there's loads of lighting and just some awesome kind of complementary effects, shall we say. I think they missed a trick, because if they'd had like motion graphics playing on the moon, i.e. when they played the Jurassic Park music, if the T-Rex had made an appearance on the moon, and obviously the possibly most biggest screamer would have been when they played the E.T. music. If they'd just had a little push bike go across the moon, I would have been absolutely sold 1,000,000,000%. However, if it's done in a cathedral, they basically, I've seen one, and I think it was from their last date in like Norway. It might have been somewhere else. I hope my information is correct. Was in what looked like to be a big cathedral, and they'd lit all of the ceiling up in kind of stars, like is it an auditorium? I think that's the right word. And there was just candles everywhere, man, and it looked absolutely mind-blowing. So I can only imagine what it would be like for the atmosphere and what it would sound like for the acoustics in St Paul's Cathedral, and what a place to go and sit. So unfortunately, the Grom will not be there because he will be somewhere else, which, yes, I will give you an update on it, but I apologise, it will not be this week. There has been a technical glitch in the USA Grom Tour. It is nothing to be worried about. Do not worry. However, there is just a mere issue of some logistics. And currently, as they stand, I am still not able to buy the ticket due to the fact of the rendezvous with the darling Andrea in Hawaii, and then commuting back across to then fly home together, because I'm going out there on one date, she is travelling out there on another. However, it would make perfect sense if we can both travel home on the same date. However, there's a little bit of an issue lying there, solving that. But don't worry, no drama. So, the other thing that I want to give you the heads up on is this weekend coming. This weekend coming is going to be a banger. So, going back to what I said at the beginning of the show in regards to, if you haven't already, please hit the notification bell, hit the little all button, put a tick in it, and then any information, content, notifications, whatever comes up on the channel, and I can't promise that YouTube will make you aware on the moment, on the spot, because I do know a few times where notifications have been sent to people and it's been very much after the fact. But this weekend, stay tuned, keep close to your device if you are able to. Obviously don't if you are driving, because the Grom, yes, he is going to Bristol this weekend. There should have been an applause on that. Poor sound effects in this show, I tell you. We are going to Bristol yet again, and we are fortunately meeting up with the legendary Rich Slade, and I do believe there are a few other individuals as well that may be making an appearance. So do stay tuned, because I am going to again make sure that I do a live. So Rich, you heard it here. Please remind me, what have I got to do this weekend? Yes, do a live. Anyway, moving on, getting back to the show and getting to our next segment, which is a segment that I love, I adore, I'm so very much happy for. And as much as we've brought a little bit of, like, you know, gnarliness so far, let's just bring a little bit of light. And pretty awesomely, it's like build it and they will come. And if you don't ask, you don't get. We asked and we got. We actually had somebody write into the show on the email and send us this week's Shine a Light. So guys and girls, it's official, and I absolutely adore this one as well. I hope I get the names of the individuals. Let's just hope that I pronunciate all the words correctly and do this justice, because this is an awesome little email that I received. So, for this week's Shine a Light, I would like to nominate Chris Foot and Cardiff Football Club, or Cardiff Football FC. There's an attachment, so I'll give you some more details on this, but the email read, for their continued effort to make football inclusive for all, and to Mr., and I hope I pronounced this right, Howe, I believe, Howe, for the Bridge End Herons Disability Football Team, for totally transforming my son's life from suicidal thoughts to self-satisfaction. Sometimes it takes a team to raise a neurodivergent child, and I am so grateful. And this was just a beautiful thing. So basically there was an attachment sent with this, and I should have really extracted the photo from it. But if you want to go and check out Cardiff City FC, there is a page there and it will give you all of these details and more. But basically Cardiff City FC and Cardiff City FC Foundation have received the prestigious Centre of Excellence Award for Level Playing Field. Award from Level Playing Field, a charity that champions equality for disabled sports fans across the UK. This recognition highlights the accessible services and facilities available to fans with disabilities who attend fixtures at Cardiff City Stadium. The Bluebirds are one of only 6 clubs across the English Football League to achieve this standard, alongside other notable grounds like Wembley Stadium, and I hope I get this right, the Etihad Stadium, Manchester City FC, Pride Park, Derby County FC, the American Express Community Stadium, Brighton and Hove Albion FC, and the Emirates Stadium, Arsenal FC. Their commitment to high access and inclusive standards has made a positive impact on match of the day experiences for supporters, including the development of a sensory room that allows children with additional needs to enjoy live football with their family. So yeah, kudos to Cardiff City FC and their foundation for their outstanding work in supporting football fans with disabilities. And that was just a remarkable shine of light. And I did email the individual back in regards to if it was all right to shout out who it was that sent it to me. If they're here in the live chats and they wish to place something below to acknowledge it, because I would really love the sort of personal touch again for someone like Chris Foot or Mr. Howe that this has kind of been really aimed at. And it was just a beautiful thing, guys and girls. So it was lovely to have that. It was a remarkable story, and what a beautiful thing to shine a light on. So Friday night salute to you all, especially those 2 guys that seem to be getting after it and making a huge difference in something that unfortunately seems very overlooked, which is kind of sad to think of. Out of all of the English Football League, out of all of the EFL, that only 6 teams, or should we say 6 stadiums, which is gnarly. So yeah, shout out to Cardiff City FC, Chris Foot and Mr. Howe for pretty much being awesome. And that was this week's Shine a Light. So I hope I've done that justice. As I say, it was a remarkable story, and it was just, I don't know, it was just one of those things. I received the email, I read through it, I had a little look at like their actual main page, and it was just like one of those things where you're like, yeah, how awesome is that? So again, I'm gonna put it out there, because again, if you ask, or if you don't ask, you don't get. So guys and girls, if you have somebody, and I've said it many times before, it could be a complete stranger that just helped you out in a time of need. It could be a friend, family member, work colleague, just somebody in your local coffee shop. Maybe it was somebody that just bought you a coffee one day and you don't even know their name, but they just bought you a coffee on a day where the world was falling apart, and just that little singular moment of generosity, goodwill, and shocking amazement at the fact that yes, there are awesome people out there. Regardless of if you know their name, regardless of if you want to stay sort of unnamed, if you want to be named, that is entirely up to you. But please feel free, if there is a story that you would like covered in Shine a Light segment, let me know on the email below. The email will also be in the description below the video as well. So if you haven't got a pen and paper ready and you can't scribble that down quick enough, don't worry, it's in the description so you can always get to it. But please feel free. I'd love to hear more stories that are like just out there, because again, if I don't know about it, the likelihood is possibly many others have never been made aware of it. And why not? Let's just put a little bit more awesome back into a world that sometimes, on let's just say a reported manner, seems to be very dark. So let's see if we can counteract that with some awesome people that are doing amazing things, and let's spread the word of the awesomeness that they are bringing to this very mad world that we live in. Because it's awesome, man. And I know I've overused that word. There should be like an awesome counter that's like chinging in the background. But it really, I just almost lost for words with that story, because I just thought it was remarkable. And yeah, I'd like to hear more of that, and I'm pretty sure you guys and girls would too. So I don't know if my live chat's completely died or crashed, or maybe I've touched something and it's not got up to date. Oh yeah, now I've done it. Okay, so that was a million miles away. Let's just have a little what's going on. I don't know what happened there. For a little while, my live chat wasn't updating. And the thing is, because everybody's going completely nuts and smashing the little heart button. It's awesome. I love it. You crack on, man. You go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the notification bell, hit all, then go into the live chat, just fire up the hearts. Be careful if you do it too much. Your app might crash, your TV might burst into flames, and we don't need that. Let's just say public service announcement: Friday Night Live cannot be held accountable for any damage that you may cause to your device while going completely ham on the like button. That's all I'm saying. So I've finally got, dude, the shock face, the legendary Ben Gravy in the live chats. Like, somebody needs to get one of those defibrillators on standby. That's how bad behind my live chat was. So, wow. Good evening to you, sir. It's a beautiful thing to have you in the live chat. And I'm so stoked to have you back in the water, dude. So that's awesome. And I hope, and I believe I see it as it updated, that the lovely person in particular that sent that in, I think they might have made themselves known in the live chat. I'm not going to get too in the weeds with going back through it, because again, man, you've been absolutely blowing it up. And yeah, I think they've made it quite publicly known. And yeah, seriously, Pippa, that was a beautiful story. So thank you as much for sending it in. And yeah, I hope somebody, even if it's just you, sends it to them. Just get the message out there back to them, because that's the other thing. I really hope that some of these people may just miraculously wander across the show and just get some praise back, because I think it's the real true heroes that go without knowing what they're doing. Maybe, I don't know, that's a bit of an extreme comment, but hey, it's an extreme show. So getting back on course, that yes, we've done all the tech stuff. We've told you to smash all the buttons, smash all the like buttons. We completely lost track of what was going on the live chats. Bringing it back around this weekend, guys and girls. It's official, and we are doing it. We're doing it full-blown, hardcore, all the way. The wave pool, Bristol, we're going to be there. I'm literally going to clock this show out. The surfboard's already whacked in the car. The leash is in there. The wetsuits. Dude, I have been living a prioritise and execute day. And it's kind of remarkable. I've almost even got today's edit finished. I know, right? I know it's a bit unbelievable, but I think maybe the Grom might have just found some, I think the word is maturity. Don't use it too strong, because yeah, early days. One of those. Anyway, yes, we are going to the wave pool tomorrow morning. I am fortunate enough that the legendary Rich Slade is going to be joining us. We should be joined by the awesome Van Life Wonder, which I can't wait for, because that's just going to be epic. It's always good times spent with her, because she's just complete mental case, but it's just the kind of mental that you need in your life. And there should be a few other viewers that may or may not manage to turn up. So it'd be interesting just to see how many times the Grom gets hollered at tomorrow, because that still freaks me out, dude. However, this weekend there is a huge kind of surf expo. I want to say that they're calling it the Surf Show. There's supposed to be some things going on down there. So again, if you are in that area of the country, if you are near Bristol, and that is kind of in an area that you can get to without any stress or drama, feel free, go down there. Admission is free for viewers, spectators. There is bar, there is food, there is surf, there is like a half pipe. There's loads of little things, but on top of that, this weekend, there's going to be some talks from the gentleman that is kind of responsible for the Wave Garden and the Bristol Wave. Supposedly, there might be some pro surfers down there. Obviously, the Grom's going to be there, so like semi-am surfers is going to be there. But there's going to be a load of stalls and some stuff going on. How much, I do not know. But it would be awesome. And if you're there and you see a kook walking around with a weird, stupid, mad haircut and probably should really rock a Hawaiian, but it's a Saturday. Don't know. We shall see. But if you see me there, feel free, holler at me, call me whatever you want. Just don't call me late for dinner. And hey, man, come and chill out. Catch some sun rays, catch some surf, and catch some rest, relaxation, but some laughs and some fun along the way. Why not, eh? What a way to spend Saturday. But not only are we there Saturday, I will also be there Sunday. So, hey, if you can't do Saturday, we'll be there Sunday. I don't know how long, but I'm going to be there for some coffee in the morning. So if you want to hook up early hours, drink some coffee and talk some shit, we'll be getting some. We'll be there. On that note, guys and girls, pretty much coming to the end of the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, if you haven't hit the like button, please feel free to smash the living bejesus out of it, because it is always appreciated. Along with you guys and girls taking the time out of your Friday, whatever part of the day or clock that it is, maybe you're one of the lucky ones that after this show are going to rest, catch up some Z's and cruise straight into the weekend. Maybe you're one of the people that are actually just still finishing off that weekly grind, and I hope it ends soon for you. And maybe you're just one of those people that are catching up and it's actually already the weekend and you are there living it, breathing it and dreaming it. So whichever one it is, I appreciate you taking the time out to support the show. Thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you for paying me with your time, attention and genuine awesomeness. So on that note, have a fantastic weekend. Have a fantastic week. Please don't let the bastards get you down. Stay strong, stay focused, stay positive, and keep pushing towards those goals and those dreams, no matter how big or small, whether you're making tiny little shuffling footsteps towards it or massive, giant leaps and bounds. I just hope you're getting ever closer to the target, the achievement, the milestone that you are pushing towards. I'll see you again next Friday. Again, the vlogs will be daily, 6 p.m. GMT. Stay tuned for some lives from the wave. And on top of that, have an awesome weekend. And I'll see you same time, same place next weekend. Till then, have a good one.